Am I wrong to hunger?
Hi, welcome to the second episode of the BNL Friday Update. I'm your host, John Hardwick, and last week we were going to do something, but the taping messed up, and we couldn't do it again, so we just had to settle for the next best thing. But this is what we were going to do last week. Now, there's the part where I talk a whole bunch, blah, 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 new format, better than box of cast, that smell, ramble. I'm pleased with Punch about it. It's very interactive. Can you say interactive? Now, I wasn't going to have the word on the screen. That was all Mrs. Edwards, but the taping messed up. What are you going to do? Okay, now here's what I was going to do last week. Okay, let's hear it for investigative journalism! Yeah! And now a story about new teachers! Except this week it's stone sculpting!
Hi, I'm Kristen Spalding here with Amanda Mills to talk to her about stone sculpture. What do you think about the class being moved outside?
Well, I like it a lot better because it's not in a room where all the dust is, but it kind of gets pretty bad when it gets to be cold like now, so, you know.
Yeah. What do you think, has the class changed much except for the fact that it's outside?
Not really, because we're still doing projects and stuff, but I think it's made it, of course, more open, and a lot more people has joined it this year than last year, because we only had like 5 last year, and now we have like 12.
What are exactly some of the things you do in this class?
Well, basically, of course, stone sculpt. We just, like this, we just start carving it, and then later we'll be sanding it to smooth it out, and then I guess we'll be done then, but it takes a while, it really does.
What are the requirements for this class? Do you have to do a certain number of projects or what?
Usually it depends what year you are, but it's probably about 1 project per semester, because that's usually about the right time it takes to get it all completed, so yeah.
All right. What are some of the stuff that, like the sculptures you've made?
Previously, I've made an abstract. I had a dog head and this really neat lizard thing, and now the one I'm doing this year. So,
okay. What is it that you're working on this year?
Well, this is actually the base of it, but I'm making a bench, and it's going to be about, I don't know how big, that big.
Okay.
Enough for somebody to sit on, of course. So.
Okay. Would you recommend this class to anyone else?
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, they're really laid back, easygoing about it, but, just as long as you get your stuff done, it's pretty easy credit, but if you like, working with your hands, usually it's pretty good.
All right, thanks.
And now a new feature called Would You Like to Take a Survey? We sent Amber Wilson out to ask students whether they're for or against putting the words under God in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I think the phrase under God should be kept in the Pledge of Allegiance because a majority of the United States citizens believe in some sort of God, and even if they don't, it doesn't hurt to acknowledge God as a part of the American heritage that he is.
I absolutely am in favor of leaving one nation under God in the Pledge of Allegiance. I can't imagine taking it out of the Pledge of Allegiance, and I think it's a sad commentary on our society if we can't believe that we should be one nation. I think under God can be interpreted any way individuals want to and still maintain their right to freedom of speech and freedom of expression. It's not asking you to believe in a particular God, but I absolutely believe that we must remain under divine guidance.
Thank you. What do you think, Pastor Chris?
I think that it should be left in the Pledge of Allegiance, absolutely.
Do you believe under God should be left in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Definitely so.
Jordan, do you believe under God should be left in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah.
What do you believe about the controversial issue of leaving God under God in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Under God. Oh, yes, it is controversial. And definitely it should stay in there, for sure.
Should under God be left in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you?
Why? Or?
You can.
Basically just because our government is founded on biblical principles also, and if you take under God out of it, it's not as powerful, I think, as it is right now.
Do you think that under God should be left in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, I do.
Do you think that under God should be left in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, I do.
What is your opinion about leaving under God in the Pledge of Allegiance?
The word under God in the Pledge of Allegiance doesn't matter to me since I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance anyway every morning.
Alrighty then. Ashley, do you believe under God should be left in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Definitely, I do. Think so.
And now, special guest reporter Pete Yorn.
Mr. Massengill wants people to join the wrestling team. Everyone is welcome, and practice starts October 20th. You must take a physical and have the consent form. Managers are also wanted.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Join us next time on October 31st for our Halloween special. So until next time, have a great weekend.